Good morning. Today I'm going to be sharing some makeup products that I've been really enjoying. It's been a while since I've shared some makeup content here, right? It's been a really long time. And if you want to see more videos like this or makeup tutorials or hauls, please let me know in the comments below and also by giving this video a thumbs up. I know a lot of you are here for skincare. Honestly, I love skincare so much, but I also really enjoy talking about makeup as well. And sometimes I'm a little hesitant to share makeup content because I know I have different age groups and I know some of you are probably here just for skincare. So if you would like to see more makeup content, I would really appreciate your feedback. But in the meantime, these makeup products I'm going to be sharing are ones that I've really been enjoying lately. Of course, I do have a lot of makeup favorites. I do like to create different looks all the time and switch up my products, but these are the ones that I really wanted to share with you today. So of course, these products will be linked below for you in my description box for your reference, including discount codes. Please don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as I'd love to have you all here long term. So let's get right into it. The first product is by Mercier. This is the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. Now this came out last year, but this is going around TikTok right now, YouTube and Instagram. You have probably seen a lot of other creators creating content on this product here. This formula really is beautiful. It is weightless. It doesn't even feel like you have foundation on your skin. So if you're looking for a foundation that doesn't feel heavy, that doesn't look makeup-y and cakey on the skin, then you are going to love this one. This is buildable, so this will give you that true medium coverage, but you can build this up to a full, and of course you can shear this out to a light coverage if you're using a damp beauty sponge. Now, generally I do like to apply my foundations with a damp beauty blender, but with this one in particular, I do like to use a makeup brush, like a foundation brush, because this is very liquidy. So a damp sponge will just absorb all of that foundation, and if you are looking for that medium to full coverage, you're not going to get that with a sponge. So I would recommend using this with a makeup foundation brush, especially if you want more of that medium to full coverage. Now this also provides your skin with that natural finish, so it truly just looks like your skin, which I absolutely love in a foundation, but I also love that glowy, dewy complexion as well. So depending on how you prep your skin beforehand, of course you can achieve that glowy, dewy complexion as well. But of course, if you want to give more of that mattified look to your skin, then just use a translucent powder and set your entire face. But this really is a lovely foundation if you're someone that lives in a warm climate or you're sweating a lot, maybe you're going to the gym, as this is waterproof, but also this claims to have 12-hour fade-proof wear. Now I have worn this foundation many times for 12 hours or so, and I've also worn this for like 6 to 8 hours, and my makeup always stayed in place and my foundation looked really good at the end of the day. So I really do feel like this has that nice longevity with it. There are many shades to pick from. I have it in the shade 1W1 Cashmere, yes. So I do have a warm undertone naturally, so anytime I'm looking for a foundation, I'm looking for that warm yellowy undertone or even a golden undertone. Sometimes golden undertones can be a little bit too dark. It just depends on the formulation, but this one matches my skin perfectly right now. Of course, come summer, I would have to go up a shade. But this really is beautiful if you are looking for that foundation that is really lightweight and gives you that longevity with that 12-hour wear and with waterproof, then I would say try this. Next up are the Tower 28 Serum Concealers. I have been using this nonstop since November, and I think that this is the perfect concealer if you're looking for something that looks natural on the skin and that also feels weightless as well. Now, I am very picky when it comes to concealers, especially ones that I apply to my under eyes. I don't like anything that is too thick, that is too heavy, or maybe even too full coverage, because sometimes they can look very makeup-y and they can look cakey underneath the eyes, and I'm not for that. So if you don't like that either, then I think you will really like this, because again, it is very thin and lightweight, but it's buildable. This will give you a true medium coverage, but of course you can build it up to a full coverage, and of course you can sheer it out as well if you want something that is more light coverage. Now, this could possibly cover dark circles. It claims that it does. I personally don't have dark circles, but I do have a little bit of discoloration in the inner corner of my eye where I do have some pinky purpley tones, and this does cover that up really nicely. I do set this with a translucent powder, as I always do when I am wearing concealer, just to prolong the wear, because sometimes I do get a little bit of creasing underneath my eyes and this wears even longer. But there are times where I have worn this without translucent powder and it still wore pretty nicely. I might just have to, you know, smooth out the under eyes every so often, and you know, everything looks pretty good. Now, this will give a natural finish, no differently than the Laura Mercier foundation. So this pairs up nicely with the Laura Mercier. And I should mention that I have this on my skin today, and I also have the Laura Mercier foundation on my face as well. I can't believe I didn't say that. You may not be able to get a real good idea of what it looks like because the lighting is so crazy today. Like, it's really bright and then it's really dark. But know that I have the lighter shade underneath my eyes and the darker shade to conceal any areas that needed some additional coverage. If I'm having a no makeup day, but I still want to, you know, cover up some discoloration, then I will use the darker shade, of course. And it works really well doing it that way. And I'm telling you, this is beautiful. So this has hyaluronic acid to give that plumpness, that hydration underneath the eyes, but it also has Centella asiatica, which is a very calming and soothing ingredient and great for those that do have sensitive skin. So if you want something that feels weightless, that gives a natural finish, but also something that is a medium coverage, then I would say try this. Let's stick with the Tower 28 brand for a moment. I have the SuperDew Highlight Balm. Now, I love a good highlighter, especially ones that contain that micro glitter, something that really reflects the light when you have it on your skin. But I also love these balms as well because it's even more natural looking. It just looks like your skin naturally has this glow and this natural dewiness to it. So if you like that and you don't like glitter, then you're going to like a highlight balm like this. You know, put a little bit on your finger and then of course just dab it to the areas where you would like to give that little dewy pop. So of course I would apply it to the tops of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, maybe the tip of my nose, my chin, wherever I want to put it. You can also bring something like this down to your collarbone, down your arms and the tops of your shoulders. If you're wearing a strapless dress and you have a nice tan going on, I think that would look really beautiful to give that pop, and it would just accentuate everything. I really like this for the face because again, it just gives that natural dewy glowy pop to the skin, and I think it looks just as beautiful as a regular highlighter that contains micro glitter. So if you like something like that, I really do recommend this. Next up is the Saie Glowy Super Gel. I have been using this for a really long time and I can't stop using it. I actually shared a mini empty of this in my last empties video, and I told you guys that I went out and purchased the large side, which of course I did. Now this comes in two shades. I have it in the shade Star Glow, which is the lightest shade, but they do have a bronzier option, especially if you have a darker skin tone or you would like to add more color to your skin. This really isn't going to give you any color, especially this shade, but it does have that micro glitter in there where it will give your skin that beautiful glow. Because it is like a serum, it's going to provide your skin with a lot of hydration as well. There are some skin benefiting ingredients in here like glycerin and squalene, but there's also rosehip seed oil in here as well. Now, there are many ways that you can use this. So I like to put this in with my foundation. So I will put a few pumps of this into the palm of my hand. Then I will grab, let's say, the Laura Mercier foundation, put a few pumps of that into the palm of my hand, mix it all together and apply it to my skin that way. Or you can use this as a true highlighter. So of course, you can put this to the tops of your cheekbones, wherever you would like to highlight. Of course, you can bring this down to your collarbone, your shoulders, your arms, or even your legs if you want to accentuate your skin and give that glow, especially if you have a darker skin tone or you've been self-tanning. That really is a beautiful look. I did that last year when I had a self-tanner on, and it just gives this nice glow to your skin. So if you are going away on vacation, you know, you're going out for dinner, the a la carte night, this would look really nice on your skin. and it's really nice. It really is. But you can also use this just as is. So once you've done your skincare and you've put your sunscreen on, if you don't wear makeup, then you can just put this on top of your sunscreen just to give your skin that glow, and it really does look so youthful. So there are many ways to use this. Of course, there are 2 shades, like I said. I haven't used the deeper shade, but the Star Glow is really beautiful. And I think that this will give more of that glow and dewiness to your skin, more so than the Tower 28 Highlight Balm, because this one again has that micro glitter. The next product is by Milk Makeup. This is the Lip and Cheek Blush Balm, or blush stick, and I have it in the shade Work, which is a dusty rose. I really like this shade because it just looks like that natural flushing to the skin. So if I was outside running for like 10 minutes and I came back home, this would be like the same color as I would get if I had that natural flush going on. So of course I have this on my cheeks today. It does have pretty good longevity as well. I love a good cream blush, but I also really enjoy liquid blushes, and I do feel like liquid blushes can sometimes have more of that longevity, but this formulation truly is on point. So if you like Milk Makeup and you're looking for a small little type of cream blusher that you can also add to your lips as well, then I would say try this. There are different shades to pick from. I have used this a few times on my lips. I gotta say, it wasn't my favorite. It made my lips look really funny. And then after 5 minutes or so, when you get talking and stuff, it just gathers on your lips. So I personally don't like this for the lips, but for the cheeks, I love it. I've also been really loving the Milk Makeup Clear Brow Gel, the lamination gel that you use to set your brows in place. This is really nice. Now, I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Gel, but I also love the Brow Freeze as well, which I've shared many times on my channel. This is comparable. I will say that the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze truly keeps your brows in place for the entire day. Like, your brows are not going anywhere. But if you want something that still keeps your brows in place but allows your brows to be more fluffy and natural looking, then you might like the Milk Makeup one. And I am quite impressed with this. This is the translucent one, so there's nothing to it, but they do have a brow gel that comes in different shades if you'd rather go that route. But I personally like using clear brow gels the best because I don't want to pack on too much color onto my brows, especially since I'm already filling them in beforehand. So if you're someone that doesn't have to fill in your brows, but you still want a little bit of pigment, then that's when you can go with the tinted brow gels. But for me personally, I like the clear, and this one from Milk Makeup is really nice. The last product that I've really been enjoying is from Summer Fridays. This is the Dream Lip Oil in the shade Blush Dreams. This was really popular when these first launched. Honestly, I had a really hard time getting my hands even on this shade, but I was really glad that I was able to pick up this color because this is the one that I really wanted to try out of all of the shades that they offer, which I believe there's only like 5 shades. Now this one is like a true mauve shade, which of course I have on today. And this is like a lip oil that will give you just a little bit of pigment to your lips. Now I will say that this is pretty pigmented just on its own, but I do like to pair this up with a lip liner just to give more of that longevity. Because it's a lip oil, I do feel like you will need to reapply this several times a day, especially if you're talking a lot, you're eating, or you're drinking. If you're just sitting there and your mouth is just closed, which how many of us are actually doing that, then this will last a really long time and you may not need to reapply it. But I talk a lot, I love my coffee, I like to drink my water, so I need to reapply this all the time. But it's really hydrating. It feels so nice on the lips. It's not sticky, it's not tacky. I will say, the more I talk with this on, sometimes it will gather on the bottom lip. You know how sometimes when you're wearing like a lipstick or, you know, something like this, and it starts to get a little bit gummy on the lips and you can kind of like scratch it off? I do get that with this sometimes, and I don't like that. That's that's not my favorite thing, but you can get that with a lot of lip products, unfortunately. But sometimes I will experience it with this, sometimes I do not. But honestly, I just love the formulation, and the color is truly on point as well. So I do like to pair this up with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, again, for that longevity, which I do have on my lips today with this on top. And I do like that, but sometimes I will just use this on its own. So you will get more of that sheer look to your lips, but it's still beautiful to have that little subtle pop of color, especially if you want that no makeup look, or you're just somebody that doesn't like too much of that pop on the lips. This will be really nice. So I will say their lip butter balms, the tinted ones, last a little bit longer on the lips because they're a little bit stickier. But if you like that true oil, you're gonna like this one. So those are some makeup products that I've been really enjoying. I hope that you liked this style of content today. And again, if you wanna see more makeup videos like this, or makeup tutorials or hauls, please let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to film those types of videos, especially if you'd be interested in them. Now let me know if you've used any one of these products before. Did you also enjoy them? And what are some of your favorite makeup products right now? Let's get a conversation going in that comment section. Of course, all of the products, like I said, will be linked below for you for your reference. And if you'd like to see some of my past makeup tutorial videos, I will leave those videos below for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.